we are ready for the losers bracket. Anotant and B having another chance to go to the finals here. At this time, they're gonna face Corvinus and Myriad. Corvinus choosing John Dark with that barracks opening, and Myriad choosing the Abbasid. We have seen Myriad choosing the Abbasid last time. We have seen how scary those camel archers can be. So, very interesting opening coming from Corvinus. Considering they're very close, I wonder what he will do with that. Is this gonna be like a John Dark Tower Rush? Now remember, John Dark Tower Rush actually can be a thing here, because John Dark actually builds faster, so it's actually very, very good for tower rushes. But I'm not exactly sure where is the what's he gonna do with that barracks. He doesn't have a single spearman yet, so I'm extremely confused. Maybe it's used for defense, you know? It's like Anotan may want to rush, and Corvinus is like, you know what? I already have my barracks here. You can send your spearman, but I will have mine. And I think he may got baited, or maybe Anotan just saw the barracks and say, you know what? I'm not gonna tower rush here. Like, not gonna happen here. I'm just gonna go for a pasture. Gonna have some lamp here. Gonna have a good day. Meanwhile, B playing as the Holy Roman Empire this time. Last time he played the French. Let's see how he goes with HRE this time. Now, I suspect this may potentially be a long one, just because we have the Mongols, and the Mongols love to trade. And if you know about late game and Mongols, they go very well together, just because of the infinite resources they can get. One of the few civilizations that can actually go for a wonder here, just because of the trade giving all the resources, and they don't need stone for that. Not only that, they have infinite stone in the Imperial Age. So, cannon emplacements everywhere. I don't know if we're gonna get to that point, but let's address the elephant in the room. Myriad is using probably one of the best civilizations in team games, just because they can actually boom really hard, and your opponent can just protect you. And last time we saw Myriad with Abbasid, he went for a 2-town center, just a little bit conservative. Maybe this time he may want to go for 3-town centers, at least. I don't know, but we will see. We will see. That will greatly depend on how aggressive these guys are. Akan Chapel, a little bit at the front. Not the best positioning for B. Unfortunately for him, he has the gold at the front and the woodline also there. So you're just gonna have to go with that. A little bit exposed, but nevertheless, he's still gonna be able to get the foot, the gold, and the woodline. So it's still a very, very good position for him. It's just may potentially be a point of entry for Corvinus to start doing some damage. Meanwhile, Deerstone's coming for Anotant. We're not gonna see the Saber Tree, so it looks like trade is like it's gonna be an option for him, but not really his priority. And the only reason you go for this is like you really wanna go for an archery type of composition. Like you wanna go, like I don't know if we're gonna see Mangodai, but either if you don't have Mangodai, you have archers, you have the extra range. That's still very good for you. Now, if that's the case, B may want to go some infantry, which is always very good with HRE. Infantry and HRE, they go very well together. In this patch, I'm not so sure. What I know for sure is someone has to go archers, because camel archers are really a problem. It's like Corvinus will build an outpost here next to the gold. Meanwhile, second TC already there for Myriad. Next to the berries and the gold. Not gonna be putting next to the wood. Makes me think he just wanna have 2 town centers here for Abbasid. Wonder if he will go for that camel archer that a lot of people are complaining in team games. And looks like we will have John Dark woman at arms. Not gonna have the range version. So looks like Anatan went for the Keshik one. He's gonna have some cavalry, which makes sense, you know. You have a cavalry sieve. These guys are not as strong as the French knights, but they are cheaper, so potentially you can have more of them. And probably he may think about putting some pressure into Myriad. That's definitely a choice for him. Obviously there is an outpost already here, so Myriad is definitely a good choice for him. There are not many points of entry for Anatan to cause some damage to Corvinus at this point. But Myriad can be a little bit exposed. Let's take a look at B. He's going for archers. It's gonna be a very similar position as the last game, where HRE just went mass archers. And they're really good. Just because of the move speed. They do have better map control. Corvinus playing a little bit defensively for now. So he went for the boar. I didn't see if there is a boar here. You have one here. Oh yeah, he didn't went for the boar yet. Not enough experience apparently. But looks like he's out. He's out. He's gonna go get some. Is he gonna go? Did he went professional scouts? Oh, he did. He did. Looks like we do have the defensive team. Myriad, Anatan playing very defensively. Does Myriad have professional scouts as well? I don't think so. He doesn't really need it with the economic wing. But Corvinus may get away with this. He does have some knights, so he can get away with this. There is no spearman coming from both players. And camel archers are starting to join the party for Myriad. Just a couple of them. They are very expensive, so it's really hard to mass. Still have some deer at the back, but looks like he will start here at the middle. Archers are already there, denying the foot for Corvinus for the moment. Gotta be careful because you don't have any spearmen. You gotta be really close to your Keshiks. Otherwise, these archers are just gonna evaporate in a second. Just gotta be very, very careful here. Looks like second stable coming for him. I wonder what this barracks was for. I still can put my finger on it. Maybe it was just to tell Anatan that do not cross that boundary between tower rushing. Maybe it's just that. Looks like B already having siege engineering. It's gonna. They have a target now. They're gonna go for Myriad town center, and this is why I like the choice of going 3 town centers. And you can even hold, and if you lose it, you're still ahead, which is very, very good for you. Outpost coming here. No storm for the emplacements yet, but looks like they may be able to defend this. They may be able to defend this. Not enough villagers to garrison here, so it's like this outpost is the same as anything. But we will see. We will see. Outpost just gonna be taken down like in a second. So that was not a very, very good investment from Myriad. Losing the first villager of the game. Archers just gonna be camping here. Is he giving up the town center? Archers inside the ramps. And the French knights use the charge on that. On the ram. Looks like the rams will steal here. And John Dark is tanking a lot of damage. Looks like John Dark went inside the town center. Just in case, my friend. And John Dark tanking a lot of damage. Archers obviously doing a lot of damage to those camels. And looks like Myriad will hold this. Archers obviously still very annoying, but they are debuffing the Keshiks. So very nice defense coming from our orange team. Very nice defense. Obviously, Myriad lost quite a lot of camel archers, which are very expensive. But they still hold. They lose quite some. He lost quite some villagers, but he's still ahead. He's still ahead. And look at the damage. You don't really need spearman when you have camel archers, especially against Keshiks. They can do everything. They can do everything. Second wave coming from B. He's very determined to take down this town center. I love how he just garrisons the archers here. Just so that Corvinus cannot damage those archers. Myriad may want to pull some villagers to repair this. And the knights come again. Attack speed arrow comes from Anotan. Is it gonna be enough? Villagers get pulled. But I don't think it's enough villagers. Archers will snipe the villagers probably. But looks like Corvinus, he's cleaning this up. But no, oh my god, insufficient wood. Not like this. And all this time John Dark wasn't here. Looks like Myriad lost the second town center. And he will have to do the walk of shame here. We'll have to play like a normal Civ with one town center only. No, don't get me wrong, he's still ahead. But it's definitely a huge loss for him. Definitely a huge one. Meanwhile, looks like B is trying to go for Castle Age now. Trying to take advantage. Okay, now I take the town center. I think it may be a good idea if we can actually go castle. You can see he's saving for castle. Let's take a look at the income per minute. The problem is Corvinus and Myriad don't have much military to deal with this. Looks like a very nice find by Corvinus. Managed to find some archers here, and John Dark goes to level 3. That's a good thing about these engagements for John Dark. That's why he's so good at team games. Can get so much experience, so many opportunities for big engagements. I gotta be careful not to lose these villagers. Knights arrive on time. Have to go for the goal here. And at the same time, B going for Regnis Cathedral. I'm having quite a lot of relics for himself. Because Corvinus and Myriad don't have the map control at the moment. They need some units to defend here. It's gonna be really hard to stop B from gathering those relics. Looks like Corvinus went for John's Rider now. Big wall coming here. Looks like they will be able to escape. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, wait a second. B takes down the School of Cavalry of Corvinus. Just a couple of rams. Very nice value from B. Is in a really good position at this moment. He's going to castle. He takes down the town center. Takes down the landmark. And now he's just gonna start grabbing relics. And unfortunately, Myriad is on one town center now, and you're gonna start seeing the villager difference. Like when you're in 2 or 3 town centers, losing a villager or 2, not so much of a big deal. When you're on 1, this type of raids hurts a lot. But look at the camels. 13 camels for Myriad. If there's a unit that can turn things around, it's these camels. Obviously, they're very bad against archers, but they do a lot of damage as well. There are blacksmith upgrades for both of them. No blacksmith upgrades for the Keshiks, at least for the melee armor. Gotta be careful here, Corvinus getting too deep to the HRE base. I don't think everything is lost for Corvinus or Myriad. I mean, especially because you have the John Dark. And these camos can make a huge difference. Look at this. Look at the DPS. And John Dark doing quite a lot of tanking here. He's absorbing all the damage here. Killing those camels also actually very helpful. And looks like B is gonna lose quite a lot of his army. And Anatan will do as well. If he doesn't... If he fights against these camels can melt this army. Easily. The problem is these archers here. These archers are just gonna do a lot of DPS. And if Corvinus is not around here, it's just gonna be really hard for Myriad to not lose these camels. Like, look at the damage. They just do so much damage here. It's like more Uber Eats for Corvinus. And Myriad still holding. Still holding. Did he went for another one? Yes. Second town center coming for him. Definitely a recovery. Like, obviously, even if your opponent is in Castle Age, camels can hold. They're just very good. The problem is when they have a couple of rams like this. It becomes extremely annoying. Because you cannot deal with them. You need to use your villagers to burn them. Hopefully town center can take it down. It's only 10 HP left. And that's the problem of this. Meanwhile, Corvinus has lost his army, unfortunately. It's just recovering from a huge fight. It's like Myriad is gonna be on the offensive now. It's gonna let those rams do the damage. I hear someone in Asia here. Very nice intersection coming from Myriad. But it doesn't come from doesn't come for free. He's losing quite some camels here. So gotta be careful not to lose your precious mass. Looks like he's gonna be starting adding some horsemen. I like this. I like this a lot. Just because camels alone, they need a front line. Otherwise you lose them very fast and they are very expensive. Adding those horsemen just guarantees that these guys are just focused on another target. Now John Dark comes in. Takes down the run finally. And Anatan hasn't gone for a trade, right? Still one town center. Probably thinking about the Nage up as well. It's having quite a lot of gold income at the moment. Guildhall coming for Corvinus. Definitely what he needs. He needs to recover. And, you know, going Royal Institute at this point is just not very good for you. Oh my god, more villagers are gonna be taken down here. Another raid happening here in Myriad's base. It looks like Myriad and Corvinus will clean this up. Not doubt about it. Guildhall coming soon, and that's where things start to change. Because there's always the possibility for you, even if you're in a rough situation, to grab that food from the Guildhall and put the Red Palace. And just stay in the longer... you know, just stay in the game for a longer time. Hopefully he can recover. Because camels are starting to get out of control here. 20 camel archers so far. It's a unit that it's really hard to deal with. That's a lot of man-at-arms. That's a lot of man-at-arms. I wonder if Myriad can hold this. Especially because you have archers at the back. And Anatan reaches the castle age. Myriad still focusing only in his fiddle army. He doesn't want to fight that yet, but he needs to protect that second town center. Looks like walls will be finished for these players. Only 1 point of entry now. John Dark getting free experience here with these raids. Halfway there to level up. Definitely Corvinus and Myriad had a really rough start, but there's still a room for them to come back into the game. Corvinus is already in H3 and he has the kill hole. And Myriad is massing a scary amount of camel archers, which so far they're working. He just needs some room to age up. Because you need to upgrade this army. Like, all of them, they're already in Castle Age. So, Camel Archers are good. But against Castle Age units, you need to upgrade as well. Looks like Kurultai will deploy here. And they will go for a classic Mongol push. Outposts start to be built here. And looks like Myriad is gonna be the target for now. Quite some spearmen going on for Corvinus. And that's a huge fight. John Dark gets sniped. Doesn't get any experience. And the Kurultai not being able to deploy. But unfortunately, Myriad is fighting against 2 players. Like, Camel Archers are good, but not that good, right? Like, this I don't think you can stop. And with a Kurultai buffing all these units, I think this is it for Corvinus and Myriad. And indeed, they surrender. And B and Anatan take another chance into going into the finals now against CSO and Louis. All right.